Welcome to Blacksburg, Virginia, this picturesque setting, home to the Hokies, a team that prides itself on bringing the lunch pail to work every single week. We've been tracking this matchup for weeks, thinking about a possible top-5 collision. Both teams have done their part, and now here we are, as we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Virginia Tech Hokies. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The Hokies will kick this deep to get us going. And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Quarterback's got it on the option. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up fourth down.
Gosh, Chris, I just love this atmosphere. The home field advantage on full display. The defense flying around with energy. Nice job there on that third down of using the energy from the crowd to make that stop.
Trying to return the punt for some extra yardage. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. Big guys up front, lined up. It's first down. The linebacker's trying to confuse this offense now. The motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? And the back now goes in motion. They'll try the option play here. They'll toss it to the back. Moving right through the contacts. Finally brought down, but the option produces a big gain that time. That's great execution.
How about this run here by this Virginia Tech running back to be able to pick up this first down? And, man, they've had a lot of speed over the years in that backfield at Plains Stadium. Kevin Jones and David Wilson and Lee Suggs. Now we're seeing this young man today being able to run the football very similar fashion.
They'll try and run it with the fullback. A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Lets it go as he's being hit. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Boy, what a throw. But what's more impressive is the toughness by that quarterback, knowing he's about to get hit and still makes that throw.
Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. And that review confirms the ruling on the field was correct, so the play will stand. Now the try here for the extra point. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. This one is not returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. It's an out route, the catch made, and he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Well, that's a nice completion to the sideline with great timing. The connection between the receiver and the quarterback was on full display to be able to get that first down.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They're going to run the option. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Receiver makes the grab. And he goes down after a solid gain. That's enough for a first down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Breaks loose at the 40. An explosive play. They'll finally make the tackle down to the 27-yard line.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. Where teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. Just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy and keep this quarterback from running.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. And the single back takes the handoff. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
The Aggies are in the red zone. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. And now it's fumbled. What a decision. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
That is tough for the ball carrier here because not only does he take a big hit, but now you're about to get an earful from your coach on the sideline after that turnover.
So the challenge doesn't work. That'll cost the head coach a timeout. We'll see if that comes into play later in the ballgame. And the Hokies offense is back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Here's the option play. Pitches to the back. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
After the first down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 22. Lets it go quickly. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field.
Boy, what an accurate throw here by this Virginia Tech quarterback. And you and I, over the years, have seen a lot of great quarterback play when it comes to throwing the football. Michael Vick, of course, can make those throws. Tyrod Taylor, Brian Randall, Jim Druckenmiller. Boy, some great quarterback play and lofty standards to try to live up to.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Gets made on the out route. Taken down, but not before he makes the first down. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 30. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
No running. Handed off to the running back. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. This should be the last play of the quarter coming up. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. Defense will make the stop, and it will probably be the final play of this opening quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Virginia Tech 7, Texas A&M 0.
First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. He just kept going backwards. Don't know what he was thinking there, but that is a massive loss.
Wow, you talk about a turn of events here, Chris. That is not good. In one play, you've gone from being in the red zone, ready to score, threatening to be in field goal range and maybe get a touchdown. Now, totally inexcusable to lose those kind of yards and cost yourself potentially putting points on the board.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They moved the ball into plus territory last time, but it ended in a fumble. They can't do that again, trailing on the scoreboard. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Caught quickly. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, great job here by the quarterback to find the running back out of the backfield. That'll earn his team a new set of downs.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? The back's got it on a counter. The game is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
I really like to see the counter mixed in there with your base concepts to keep the defense honest. Now, they didn't burst a big run, but if you keep mixing it in as the game progresses, you might catch the defense over pursuing.
Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Inside the 35-yard line. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Man, I really love the way more and more offenses are using the receiver in motion pre-snap. Give him a chance to get the football with a couple blockers in front of him. He's got all that speed built up. You get the ball in his hands, and you better look out. He could be off to the races.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Grab down the middle. It's Cuevas. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be first and goal right there.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
First and goal. Can the offense punch it in and tie the score before the half? Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football. They'll crank up the tempo here on second down. The time is running out. They'll try to power it in right up the middle. Breaks the tackle to get back to line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another third down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Third and goal. Looking to throw for it. Looking to scramble. They'll try a pass here. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on fourth and short.
So here on fourth down, out comes the field goal team. Kick is good. It gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. That one sails out of the back of the end zone at the touchback. And the Virginia Tech offense is back out on the field. Forced to punt last time. Trying to add points, build the lead right here. He's escaping the pocket now. And he'll wisely throw that one away. Incomplete. Second down coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Fighting him off. Cannot escape, and down he goes.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Trying to create outside the pocket now. Finds room at the 30. They can't slow him down. Oh, and it's a fumble. The defense recovers the fumble.
Well, anytime the quarterback takes off and improvises, there's always the risk that the ball goes on the ground. He does a nice job of going off script, trying to create to make something, anything happen, but he doesn't take care of the ball, and the defense does a nice job of swatting the ball away.
And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. Fights off a defender.
Chris, the defense dials up the blitz. They're unable to get into the backfield, giving the running back enough room. I'll tell you, the linebacker makes a great play just to come up with a tackle here.
Looking to pass here on second down. And it's intercepted. Not a great return, but the important thing, the pick wipes out a scoring threat. They'll set the offense up at the 31.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
About 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. He's looking to scramble. Gets free now, heads into the secondary. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. The offense will take their first 10 out of the half to talk strategy here. First down here for this offense. Quarterback drops back. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
A lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it, and they get the sack.
And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. And it's incomplete. Just 5 seconds left on the clock now.
Chris, not only really good coverage here by the defense, but I love their awareness. That ball is in the air, headed to the end zone, and the ball is separated from the receiver with the contact.
This will likely be the last play of the half. Fourth down, looking to throw for it. And he's going to launch it deep again. They can't come up with it there, and that's going to do it. Time runs out in the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Aggies will kick it deep to begin the second half. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Tech offense is back out on the field. And a chance right away here in the second half to stretch the lead and build momentum. Let's see what this defense can do about it. Tackle made after just a short game.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Getting set. Here's second down. He hands it off from the gun. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Second down play coming up. From the shotgun, drops back. Here's a throw underneath the tight end. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
What a great throw here by the quarterback from Virginia Tech to be able to pick up the first down. Was able to make the right read. Nice route by the receiver. Puts the ball right on the money, and they're able to move the sticks.
Takes the handoff. It's Smith. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. But I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Boy, the quarterback does everything right except pitch the football. The defensive end's going to take him, which is great. That's what you want. But you got to get that ball out quicker to not allow that defensive end to make that play.
That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Ooh, the risk of throwing on 3rd and short. Lots of second guessing going over on the...
It's a fake trying to throw for it. And the pass is caught off the fake, but can he get there? There's the tackle, but they catch the return team by surprise and convert it for a 1st down.
Wow, what a call here by the coach. And how about the arm by the up man? What an impressive throw for that 1st down.
And the Hokies lining up here on 1st and 10. Handoff here from the shotgun. And that run produces a decent gain.
It's a good, solid gain. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Now play number 9 on this drive. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Refusing to be brought down before gaining 1st down yardage.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line to give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
That is a really tough feeling for a receiver to be way downfield like that, ready for a big play, and just unable to connect with your quarterback. I'm sure they're going to go to the sideline, looking to call another shot downfield again here in a little bit.
A crucial 8-yard gain sets up a makeable 3rd and 2.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. And he steps out, but that's the takeaway this defense was looking for.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
The defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly, we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the 1st half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Looks to his left and makes the completion. And he'll pick up the 1st down, stopped at the 27.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Running back has it on a screen now. They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a 1st down.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards in a 1st down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? It's an option look. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The Aggies come to the line in the hurry up. Play action fake, looking to throw. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. It's a turnover.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
And the Hokies offense is back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. And he's got it. Touchdown, Hokies.
That is great job here by this offense, taking advantage of a big opportunity provided to them by their own defense after that turnover. And why wait? They get aggressive, make the throw, and it pays off for a touchdown.
Extra point makes the lead 11. Now they get set to kick it away. That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. They are really in a hole here, and that turnover in the last possession did not help. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. On third down, he drops to throw. Lets it go. Oh, that one's picked off. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. He'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the Virginia Tech offense is back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop?
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
He's moving out of the pocket now. Takes the grab. It's Smith. You're able to get him down.
And that is always the toughest thing for a defense. When you cover the initial routes by the receivers, but then they start their second routes adjusting to the quarterback scramble, and they're able to get open. And when you have a quarterback who can run around and buy time, it makes it so much tougher on coverage.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
I talk a lot about defensive ends arguably being some of the best athletes on the field. Here's an example of a guy that's just too quick off the edge for the offensive line to be able to contain. He got in there in a heartbeat and came up with that sack.
Kick is up and no good. Off the miss, it's still an 11-point lead.
Man, I thought he hit that pretty clean. Good hold by the holder. Everything looked to be the way you'd like as a kicker. He just misses it, and the ball trailed on him and ends up hitting the upright.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And he'll just lob this pass into the middle of the field. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. Back behind the quarterback, aligned in a pistol. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Cuevas. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. At the 20. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion. Fresh set of downs. First and goal.
First and goal, Texas A&M. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Virginia Tech 14, Texas A&M 3.
And the Aggies come to the line with first and goal. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Brings up second and goal.
Red zone's been a struggle. 3 points in 3 possessions down here. Can they find the end zone on second and goal? They'll run the option. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
It's now third and goal.
The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on third and goal. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. He's got it right near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. That's an important score. We've got a one-possession game now, Kurt, but it's game on.
It's game on, and now it's about this defense coming up with a stop. Everybody in the stadium knows that they're going to run the football and try to milk the clock. So what can your defense do to ensure they don't do that successfully?
And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. Looks like they got the ruling on the field right the first time. They confirm it with the review. Coach deciding to go for 2, trying to cut this lead to a field goal late in the game. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Defense not fooled at all there. Nice job of stepping up and stopping that 2-point conversion.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. This one will be fair caught. And the Virginia Tech offense is back out on the field. The shotgun running play call. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Chris, at least there's some positive yards there from this run game. It hasn't been pretty today. It's really, to me, kept them out of finding any kind of offensive rhythm. Now, they have the lead, but it's despite this offense not necessarily having their best day.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And he drops back in the gun. Contact as he let the ball go. He pulls it in for a big gain. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, I think the offense lulled the defense to sleep here. You think that they're just working the clock here and running the football, and then they throw and surprise you and get some positive yards downfield just to keep this defense honest.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Linebackers moving around trying to confuse the offense. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. Second and 1. The Hokies hustle to the line to crank up the tempo.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Boy, this defense, everything you want from them they do here except contain the quarterback. Nobody's open downfield. They pressure the quarterback. The only problem is they can't keep him short of the first down marker. Looking to throw it on first down. Looking for
for his big tight end. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment. But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
So now it's third and short from the 30. A chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's fourth down. The Hokies will come to the line on fourth down, hoping to keep this drive going. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. The freshman is brought down after a really solid run there.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. And tackled there by the defense.
Great job by the running back of staying inbounds to continue to work that clock, working here in the fourth quarter with the lead. You got that defense getting closer and closer to their goal line. They are backed up, and they are desperate. They've got to make a play here. The offense just has to take care of the ball, a chance to really secure victory here.
And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Urgency here in the fourth quarter. They must cut into this lead. It's third down and goal. That's a design quarterback keeper. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Tell you what, for a tired defense that's been out on that field for a long time on this drive, what a stop there on third and goal. It brings us to fourth and goal. And as a head coach on the offensive side, when you put together this kind of drive, you're this close, inside the 3-yard line, you've got to come away here with a touchdown. Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. They'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 27. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. One play, and they're already past the 40. First and 10. The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Catch made on the left side. Big gain across midfield. Tackle finally made at the 32.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Texas A&M getting set with a first and 10 now. We'll try to run it with the option. He'll pitch it. Finding space at the 20. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. He's got Ruud looking for the end zone. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, A&M.
Boy, what a great job by this offense to put this touchdown up on the board with under 3 minutes to go. It's a no-brainer. You go for two and try to tie this game up here late.
So it comes down to this. Late in the game, a two-point conversion to tie this up and potentially force overtime. And they're trying to punch it in here. He'll make it into the end zone. The two-point try will tie our score here late in the game. Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Set to kick this one away.
On the kickoff is hammered, sails out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Hokies offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? Grab down the middle. It's Van Dyke. A big hit by the linebacker, able to knock him down. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. Testing the right side here. The game is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
Caught over the middle. It's Van Dyke. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there. Look, crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. And he lofts it deep over the middle. Touchdown, Virginia Tech, to claim the lead here in the final minute.
Just so impressed by this offense and the way they've executed throughout most of this day. Now with the game on the line, they deliver and give them the go-ahead score. There's enough time, though, on the clock. Your defense is going to have to go out there and make some plays to be able to win this game.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. So after taking the lead, they'll kick it off here and hope the defense can hold on. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. A comes down to this. They need a touchdown. They've got some time to work with. How aggressive will they be? He's going to pull it down and run. Stopped at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down.
Well, how many times do we see this late in a fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push. But what do they create? Space in lanes, and he takes off and picks up a first down.
Going to try to use his legs here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he's brought down, but hold on, there's a flag on the play. So the quarterback lost track of where he was. He was all the way beyond the line of scrimmage before throwing that pass. Offense getting set. Second down play here. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. That's a nice scramble there. A big gain, but not enough for the first down. The offense will spend a timeout here. 25 seconds on the clock. Offense needs points quickly here, trying to dial up some explosive plays. Let's see what they've got called. And he'll drop back here on third down. Quick throw over the middle. He's got it for a big gain. And moves the ball to the 35 and another first down. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. First down. Looking to throw the football. Makes a quick catch. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
Out of bounds at the 30. Second down coming up.
That completion makes it second and medium. Offense looking to throw the ball. Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB. It's a short return to make the tackle at the 25, but what a play for this defense.
I get wanting to be aggressive, but down late in the game like this, that's a throw you just can't make. And now, you're probably not going to get the ball back. This could end up costing them the game.
Well, a really entertaining game. Kirk came right down to the end. They made the clutch plays and then made the difference.
Well, we knew these teams were fairly evenly matched, and you really saw them go back and forth, trade blow for blow. Excellent team win by these guys, doing what they had to do in the final quarter to come out on top.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation